Look at what we got.
Large boxes.
Came in the mail.
Dude,
Yeah.
who are they from?
Copper Steel Co.
Yeah.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every steel got a story to tell. The proof's in the steel, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper Steel Co.
Thanks to Copper Steel Co. doing a little promotion with us this month. Why don't we open these up and see what's inside?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's do it.
I mean, these stills are absolutely beautiful, one.
Yeah.
And two, kind of the design of them is pretty interesting to me in terms of, you know, how big, fat, squatty this pot is and how it runs over. This worm is just, I don't think the camera's going to do it justice. This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thick copper, too, on these.
Yeah, 20 ounce copper or 22 gauge copper. I'm not sure if I'm saying that part right. But yeah, very nice and thick and sturdy. Got these ribs for the strength, of course. And very impressed with how well it was packed.
Yeah, the packaging on these is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm shedding on it. Comes with all the tri-clamps that you need. Tri-clamp, inch and a half tri-clamp fittings from the line arm into the thumper, out of the thumper into the coil. Got an inch and a half drain port, which is pretty nice. Down here with the valve. I like that.
Got a big cutout up top here in case you want to put a side glass or some sort of infuser.
4-inch fruit port to put things in, clean it out. Got an 8-inch fitting for the cap, so easy to get your hand in a brush and stuff like that down in there to clean out.
Also, I've seen some still builders starting to add these little valves
controls
here on the worm condenser.
Very nice.
It just makes your life so much easier in terms of, you know, adjusting that water, getting it just right, and oh man, it'll save you a lot of heartache. You're not overflowing your worm, and then you're not, you know, not getting enough water in there. You can kind of finely tune those and get it right where you want it.
Also included the quick connect on those.
Yeah, yeah.
So
also another thing I'm noticing here about this worm, I like that the out is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
So on a lot of these worm condensers, you'll see still builders, and they kind of put them right up there at the top to where your margin of error is like
pretty
this.
small.
Well, here I've got, you know, a good solid couple inches here to play with. That's awesome. Yeah, that's it's going to make things a lot easier when it comes to getting these this worm to balance out.
Yeah, yeah. Gives you time to see if you've got it adjusted correctly. Because a lot of times we've done this. We didn't have it adjusted correctly, but it seems like we did. Then we walk off and do other things, and then we hear it overflowing later. Yeah,
or
that gives you a lot more time to find out. Got the pressure relief valve and the vacuum relief valve.
Positive and negative up top on the cap. This system is closed. You know, it's got the thumper here, so you would want to be careful to you know, unhook a joint when you got done running here, so that you avoid that negative pressure. But you know, just in case, little safety mechanism there.
And also for those of you that like to pay attention to the temperatures, you got a thermostat in the pot, you got a thermostat in the cap, and you got a thermostat in the thumper. So pretty handy.
This is a little. This is an interesting little valve here.
Yeah, wide open, halfway open, closed.
Huh. Yeah, you just
Got
pull
little
it.
locks. Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, well, let's get this thing put together and see how it looks.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so there it is. What a beautiful thing.
Beautiful little setup. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to start running this. This is now the largest still we have here at the shop, 20 gallons.
It is the biggest one we have, yeah.
Yeah.
This cap, too, pretty interesting. It's, I like those taller caps he's doing on these.
Right.
And, man, just really well put together still for a pot thumper worm setup. I mean, this thing is real cool, real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're curious about how you could win one of these things, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is go to stillandtheclear.com and make any purchase. Grain kits and ingredient kits are double entries, so you'll get 2 entries. We're doing it a little different this month. It's going to be pretty cool. Every week is a new week, and we are going to draw names, 4 to be exact, every week on the ABV live show, Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Thursday. And I hope that you go over to the website at stoneclear.com and get grains, ingredients, whatever it is that you need, and hopefully you end up with one of these 20-gallon copper Stilcos.
Giving one away at the end of the month. There's going to be, like you said, drawing 4 names every week. So there will be 20 names. Or
on the distiller's wheel of doom and despair.
Yes, the elimination round, last man standing gets the still. It's quite exciting.
Also want to give a big shout out to Adam and Carrie over at Copper Stilco. For sending us this so that we can demo and show it off and film you guys some videos with it, but also for giving another one away for the month of July.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Copper Stilco, what a great company, family-owned business.
Good people.
Excellent customer service. So go check them out. copperstilco.com.
Hand-cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper Stilco.
Welcome back, you bunch of shine holes.
Here.
We are back for another exciting week of the ABV Society.
Welcome
Live.
back,
you bunch of shine holes. We are back for another exciting week of the ABV Society. Welcome back, you bunch of shine holes. We are
weekly.
Look at the beast back there. Putting in work.
Beautiful.
Jar number 11 about to come off the still. What's your, give me an honest opinion of this run thus far?
This is a great run. This is I'm impressed with this run. Tell them what you put in the thumper, because I think that has made all the difference.
So we are running 50% Truckers, 50% Hickory King. And similar to the first times I ran it, it had a long time to sit and kind of clarify, put a good clean mash in the still. In the thumper, we have about a half gallon of heads and or feints rather, and a good healthy heaping of oats.
Like maybe, what's that bag? So like maybe 2 pounds.
Probably pound and a half, yeah. So yeah, it's turned off really good so far. It's got a good smell to it. It's got a good flavor. Anybody excited about that drawing? We got a jar emoji in the chat. Yeah, it's getting pretty full. I'll get it here in a second. Been staying around 166, 168, 9, 6.
What's up, Scott?
Yeah, I'd say 166 is
Rebel.
probably the average, looking at those.
Oh yeah. When it's good at 166, you know, pretty promising.
Yeah, so I guess you can see the Copper Steel Co. logo up here, the sponsor of this month for this month's giveaway. Giving away one of the stills behind us, a 20-gallon Copper Steel Co. distiller set. It's a beast. It's a beast. This is the second time we've run it.
Big Mama. Got her up and running faster this time. Did a little stress test, so to speak, on it, on if we really laid the heat to it, how quick could we get it up to temp? And we started at 10:30. I wasn't really running super hot and heavy. Then we cranked it up, and I don't know, we're 11 jars in.
Yeah. And it started running, I think it was about 12:15 when it started dripping, or 11:15. Now I can't remember. I looked at the clock and I was going to remember, and then now I'm not sure. And we got a couple guesses already. Mud Grip says 158.
I'm going to say 67.
Well, there it is. Jason says, Cyrus, you ever thought about being a narrator? You did an awesome job.
Did y'all like those? Pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. I'm having a great time making them. And there's a lot more to come. I've been working on several episodes. There's a lot more to come. And for those of you that are in here, you don't have any idea what we're talking about. It's because the channel members got a sneak peek at one of the new things that we're going to be doing on the channel, and it's called the Moonshine Lore and Legends. And each episode is just, a dive into some part of moonshine history. And
some cool stories. Pretty neat stuff.
None of them are out yet on the YouTube channel, but the first one gets released to the public Saturday.
We're also going to be opening up what I believe to be a little handshake from Terry Baldwin, I believe, correct?
That's right. Got it in the mail, I don't know, 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3, yep.
And we have resisted even opening the box. We're just going to open it all on live tonight.
GTD with the 5 gifted.
And that is an entry into the drawing to win the 20-gallon Copper Distiller set from Copper Steel Co. And we got Beretta, JB, James, Ragley, Travis. They all got gifted. And so, we're giving one of these away at the end of the month. You can go to stillingtheclear.com. Any purchase is an entry. Grains and recipe kits are double entries. And a $9.99 super chat is also an automatic entry. And if you're a member and you gift 5 memberships, that is another entry.
Joe Parks with the $9.99 super chat.
And there's an entry. Hell yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Love that. Keep those coming.
All these entries that are happening now, those are for next week. We've already tallied up all the numbers and ready to draw some potential winners tonight.
Nick Haas.
Nick Haas with an entry and 5 gifted. Hell yeah. Joe Clementi got a membership.
Mr. McMullen.
Dustin Carter also got one. Nice. So sometimes we recognize the names, and it's cool when someone
Moon got one.
recognize. Nice. Hell yeah, that one's from R. McMullen. Another entry into next week's drawing. Rob Staggs has got another one. Seems like he gets them a lot. That's Backwoods.
Love that.
Pick me.
Oh man, what's going on in the Shine world this week? Any big news? Anybody got anything they're super proud of? I saw somebody, can't remember who, before we started the live up today, said that they're making their first run tonight.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Pop the old Shine Cherry.
Love that.
Can't remember who it was either.
Backwoods over on TikTok says thank you.
Yeah, Backwoods. We'll see you in the morning, right? 8:30 for the Rise and Shine. Now that you got your gifted membership, pop on in there. Are you an early riser, brother? I take you for an early riser. I don't know if you are or not.
What constitutes early? Where's
Before 8:30.
Where's the line? Prior to 7?
Yeah, I think prior to 7.
I feel like
would be
7's a fair
early.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 or earlier, you know.
Tyler
Yeah.
Shehorn, that's right.
Even 6:30 if a guy tells me he gets up.
Tyler's the one making the run for the first time. Good job. Machinist, thank you, brother. I'm glad you're liking them. Getting a real good response from everybody about them. So
You should narrate one live during the show.
well, then everybody could see all the mistakes that I made. And it wouldn't look like I was such a great narrator at that point. Well, there's quite a bit of editing that goes into that.
Yard work, yes, must be done. Backwoods, thanks for the heart, me brother.
GTD says, I take my first break at 7. GTD is definitely an early riser. Nick says, awesome touch with the stickers in the box with the alembic. Hell yeah, brother.
So it should have been some koozies in there as well. I believe everybody got koozies and stickers.
JB upgraded membership to bootlegger. Hell yeah. JB is this JB Wagner? Is that the same JB? We all agree you could be a narrator. Yeah, I couldn't do TV. I get too nervous in front of the camera.
What?
Oh, I mean, it's an audience of 50 is a lot different than an audience of millions.
How?
Oh, it feels different to me.
Adam Diamond with the $10 super chat.
Hell yeah, there's an entry. So this, we have got a lot of mileage out of that white corn all grain run you did.
Yeah. Yeah,
Lot of
got
mileage.
everything off there we could during the 24-hour live. Got it back off there, squeegeed it all out, and got another 20-gallon run out of it.
Yeah, I think.
Probably put like 18 off in there, and then another half-gallon on the thumper. So
Yeah, maybe we just keep doing 40-gallon runs, 40-gallon batches.
Wouldn't hurt my
It's pretty
feelings.
nice that we just always have something, rather than scrambling at the last minute. What are we going to run tonight?
what do we got laying around?
Yeah. We are a barrel short though. I didn't tell you. I had to make Mama a new reservoir, so
Oh,
I took one of those blue barrels.
put it to good use. It sounds like.
What's up, guys? Thank you for whoever donated the memberships. I don't remember who it was that got you, but I think it might have been.
There was a lot
Ryan
there
McMullen.
running at the same time. About
It was either Ryan McMullen or it was the one just before him, and I can't remember who it was. We need more of the camouflage STC hats. Man, I got to tell you, we've never made STC hats in camouflage.
we should.
Unless they're thinking that might be an STC, but this
This
is
is
a copper
a copper
Stilco.
Stilco hat they sent us. It was
But-
with our steel.
Yeah, I like the idea of some camouflage STC hats. though.
Yeah. We'll circle back around to that. Try to get those up soon. I would like to have one.
Yeah.
I would also like a Hunter's Orange one.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Maybe we'll do a Hunter's Orange and a camo one. I think both of those would do well because I know I really just like making. I really like making T-shirts, merch, stuff that I want, just
Yeah.
so that I get one.
Right.
But two, like I know I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad.
We could do
I feel
like-
like if I like it, other people are gonna like
We
it.
could make them like only available late summer, so that
Limited time runs of merch.
Yeah, so just before hunting season, you can get your camo and your orange.
I want one of those real comrade like fur, like got the, what I'm
Ear
talking about,
flaps?
the Russian, yeah, type. One of those big
It's got the little flap on the front. that
STC. Yeah,
snaps.
folds
Ushanka?
up. Also, what's that flap for? Does anyone ever put that down?
I don't think so.
I don't understand why it's there. What's its purpose?
I don't know.
An extra layer on your forehead?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I'll have to look into that. I'll do some more digging. Get back to you. Circle back. Check in with you guys later on that.
Machinist says high proof would be some good words on some merch. Yeah, you're probably right about that. We come up with some merch that involves a high proof. The problem is we come up with all kinds of ideas for the merch,
There's so many good merch ideas.
And then it's just getting around to making it happen.
The camo hats though, and the Hunter's orange hats, I think we could probably figure out a way to get those up next on the chopping block.
Mash Brothers Shiner shirts for sure. For those of you who don't know, that's an inside Easter egg that we did. Was that this morning or yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning. So Mash Brothers was the word of the day, and only if you were a channel member did you know about it, and you were able to place your order and get triple the entries.
Yeah.
So that's really pretty cool.
Get
Just
to-
a little, members only benefit.
Just a little something.
Go get one of those grain kits and get 6 entries. That's pretty wild.
Scope covered during inclement weather. Okay, that makes sense to me backwards. I feel much better about that hat design, knowing that in some way it
Has a function.
has a
Yeah.
function, especially for firing a rifle.
That does make sense.
How great is that?
Yeah.
Coonpin shirts, yep, they're still on there. I get a lot of reaction from that when I wear it out in the wild. A lot of like passing. I wore it one time downtown, and in passing, a lot of guys I heard as I had passed, like, "Did you see that guy's fucking shirt? Had a coonpecker on it."
That's awesome. GW Rye was excellent, fellas. Nice, no clue. Glad you enjoyed it. That is a really good recipe. Great kit.
Which one?
The GW Rye,
Oh yeah,
George Washington.
I want to buy a Mash Brothers T-shirt.
It does kind of leave out the ladies, though.
Yeah, but they're like
we could get-
brothers in this situation. I feel like brothers can be
Yeah.
cross-gendered. Where did this come from?
I just made it with AI.
Look at that.
Check that out.
That's actually pretty badass.
We could probably fine tune that a bit more. That was just the very first effort right there.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
That's badass.
What's the craziest stuff you guys ever made that you didn't think would turn out good? Oh, I already know. I had no expectation that the Pachuga was going to be any good at all.
Yeah. Pachuga is actually pretty nice. I think your probably biggest one you've ever done though is the breakfast cereal bourbon.
Yeah,
Just because of how
the
great
surprise,
it turned out.
the surprise of how great it turned out, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not the craziest mash.
Yeah,
The
for sure,
Pachuga
for
is
sure.
definitely the craziest.
That or Christmas dinner, and then
That was
Christmas
crazy.
dinner is kind of just a novelty shine, right? Like you
Yeah.
know,
It was
it's
a
cool.
Christmas video.
I'll tell you this right now: in wintertime, the Christmas dinner shine is in trouble because I will absolutely drink that. If I'm
Yeah.
out like getting a little cold, feeling a little sorry for myself, a little cold in the tree stand, guess what? Little
Yeah,
flask
yeah.
action never hurt
Right.
anybody.
Yeah.
That'll warm the old ears up.
Yeah.
Going down a ski, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been snow skiing. Get on a chairlift sometime. Get real cold, and then take a little hit out of the flask on some little peppermint shine. See how you're feeling.
Yep.
Get a little pep in your step, bud. That's a pump you up, real kind of like get you going type liquor. A little
Yeah.
bit of mint. Next breath after you exhale is just like ice cold frost.
Right.
Oh. That was
Jeffrey says, y'all use oats in your mash. Do you grind them? No, because use 2 different kinds of oats. One is like the store-bought oats or flaked oats. No reason to grind those whatsoever. And then the other is steamed and rolled oats just from the farm store. And they're kind of like crushed. So no need to grind those either.
Grind grains, not gears. Hold on a second. Hey Siri, could you please place a note? Grind grains, not gears. T-shirt idea, July 10th, 2025.
Like it?
Sorry about that. Had a little business to take care of there. Breakfast cereal was the first bourbon I ran, and we love it here. Yeah, Nick, it's crowd favorite over here as well.
Are kegs good to make a still, or do people use them just for beginners learning? No, they make great stills.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, Frank. If you have access to a used keg that you can turn into a still, it is dollar for gallon, the best way to do it as far as price.
Steamed
Hands
and
down.
Steamed and crimped are the same. Well, there's steamed rolled oats, which are if you buy oats
Yeah, steamed rolled.
through
not steamed.
Still in the Clear via way. I guess the breakfast bourbon is the only way they can get our oats, right?
Beginner bourbon.
Breakfast bourbon. Beginner bourbon. We don't sell oats just
Right.
individually. So ours are steamed rolled oats. There's crimped oats, which are, I think,
Also steamed.
crimped are just.
Yeah.
What's the difference there?
They're cracked open and they're also steamed.
Okay.
They just don't say it. I think that's correct.
Maybe rolled and crimped are the same thing?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I
We need a grain expert.
Dalton says, so I have a question. Everywhere I look, everyone says sugar shine is not drinkable at all, but can it be used for like apple pie?
I'd like to take the first part of your question here. Fuck those people. Okay? Sorry for cussing. You don't need those people in your life, okay? There's nothing wrong with sugar shine. Sugar shine's not undrinkable.
It's not at all.
There are people all over the country that don't convert grains and they run simple sugar shines. There are guys that have been running shine out for years out in the woods, and they're running sugar shines with
Yeah.
different grains and fermenting for different amounts of times and different scenarios, and they make the shine they make is just fine. So
Yeah.
you could absolutely use it to make
Don't buy
apple
into
pie
that.
shine. Yeah.
Now there is truth to the concept that an all grain mash
sure.
is better than straight corn or
Sure.
a straight sugar mash shine. So
Undrinkable is crazy though.
yeah, that's not accurate. Brew bags, love them or hate them?
Love them in some applications.
I use them every time we press grain, but
Yeah.
other than that, I use them very seldomly for a mash.
I use them in winemaking a lot. Sometimes I will if I do a 2-stage fermentation for wine, I'll get one of the big opaque buckets that we ferment in. I'll drop one of our little handled micron bags down in there, dump all my pulp that I've blended up or whatever, just fine pulp or seeds or whatever. You know, strawberries really the only thing I use that's still got the seeds in it. But
Yeah,
and I just use that to catch and dredge my pulp out.
yeah. Do you, when you do that, when you put the lid on, does the lid leak?
Seals great.
Okay, cool.
Seals great. And I think too, you know, when I'm doing those 2 stages on the wine with the micron bag inside, I'm only keeping the bag in for like 7-8 days. Normally 6,
Yeah.
7, 8 days in, I'm pulling it out before the pulp drops back down.
Clinton says jar.
Ain't wrong.
Still very clear, no oil yet. Jar number
Imagine-
12.
I imagine there's going to be, we may be halfway through this run.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe, yeah. 158, 160.
Sure. Pretty sure someone already got it. I couldn't tell you for sure. Oh, we needed to ask you guys too. Okay, so yay in the chat for we draw 5 names and there's a consolation prize. Nay if you only want to draw 4 names. Yay for 5, nay for 4. We're going to let you guys decide.
You guys are going to vote. So, like
Yay.
last week, we draw 5 names. Somebody gets the disappointment of thinking they were going to be on the list, and then they get knocked off the list.
Unanimous.
But they do get a consolation prize.
Unanimous yay so far. Joe said may. So I don't know. That's a maybe. That's a maybe vote or a no vote for now, Joe. Nay.
It
she
might,
says.
yeah, it might have been a fat finger.
Yay, yay. Well, everyone knows Joe's votes count for 10 people. So we got 10 nays. The rest are outnumbering. I think the yays are going to have it here. And I say we do a mystery box constellation prize.
A mystery box.
Yeah.
I like it.
Could be literally anything.
Could be anything.
Sorry, I was spacing out. What was the vote for?
So the vote is to decide whether we're going to draw just the 4 names or if we're going to draw 5 and take one off tonight. And then that person gets like a little, they're going to get a mystery box.
They're going to get a mystery box.
Got you.
Could be hydrometers, could be grain, could be
a bag of dirt.
Could be, yeah, a big old dog turd.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
A jar of dirt, not bag of dirt.
Could be a used crock.
Paul says, by all means, let's make this as complicated as possible.
Yeah.
Autographed crock. Anybody? Huh? Gently used. Be honest with you, there's been nothing gentle about these things. I'm about ready for a new pair of these bad boys. You're not a crock guy, are you?
No.
Why is that?
I've also never owned a pair. So,
Dude,
maybe.
thumbing around down your yard, just around the house.
I'll tell you, years ago when they were coming out, and I put a pair on, here's what made me not get them.
Okay.
It seemed like in the summertime, my feet were gonna sweat, and it was gonna be this sticky kind of
Early series Crocs.
Huh?
Early series Crocs.
Yeah.
They've got them. I wear these all summer long, no problems.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try some.
Yeah. Thinking Christmas is around the corner, maybe.
Frank says, I'm jealous. I'm about to crack a bottle open and pretend I'm tasting cuts. Well, there you go, man.
If you dream it, you can achieve it, Frank.
There you go.
There it is.
2.0.
Oh, baby.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's pretty badass.
We could probably make it look more like you if we uploaded a picture of you, you know.
Also, we'll keep an eye on MeWe tonight. If for those of you that don't know, MeWe, Moonshine for Beginners, go over there and get accepted over there. Come hang out with us throughout the week. But we will be keeping an eye on the MeWe tonight and other AI submissions. I really like the ones from last week.
Yeah.
So if there's other AI submissions, we'll look at them throughout the show, and if there's something over there we like, we'll pull it up on the big screen and show it off.
It would be really awesome if we just started getting flooded with these AI images.
Do a segment every week.
Or just do like a montage. Instead of having that blurred screen at the beginning, it can just be a montage
of AI creations.
Crazy AI stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You need to get some headlights to go on those Crocs, Zach. That would actually be badass. That would actually
Headlights?
be really cool, yeah. I'm sure they make them. They make all kinds of little attachments you clip into them.
For Crocs.
Buttons, jewelry. I saw a bottle opener.
A little bit of bling.
Yeah. Whatever you're into. More. They have practical tools.
They make a winch for your Crocs.
Badass.
Man, y'all need some Mexican
would be
Jesus
nice.
sandals.
It would be nice if you put 20 people that lost on the wheel and give them a second chance to win. That would be kind of crazy. Like a loser's bracket. Put them up against the last amigo standing.
Yeah.
It's like even when you win, you don't win. At some point, there's just got to be a winner.
There just has to be a winner, right? Clinton says he's doing a run right now. I have to work on some video later.
Frank, do you got a pair of those? I'd be very curious about those.
Frank, I'm a sandals guy.
I'm a big sandals guy. As you guys know, I wear flip-flops all the time. Actual tragic tale of the best pair of flip-flops I've ever had.
It always happens.
Blew them out on the river.
Yep.
Blew them out on the river.
I was going to say it happens when they're wet.
Oh my God. And they're sewn in there. There's no putting them back together, really. I was very upset. It was tough. It was a burial at sea or at creek, depending on how you want to look at that. And
Well, it'll make it to the sea, right?
I'd like to think eventually one day.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine my Free water's just floating out. Mm-hmm. Maybe buddying up with a dolphin, catching a fin, sailing around the Cape Horn.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
who
know.
knows?
I don't know.
Tyler's,
All right, Clinton.
Tyler's Run isn't dripping yet. It'll get there.
Jerusalem cruisers. I've never heard that before. It's awesome.
It would be cool to find stories on small town speakeasies. There was one where I'm from, underground with tunnels going across the street. Yeah, I've been researching some of that already, and I have found some speakeasies,
Hot Springs would be a good one.
speakeasy stories. But most of the stories that are well documented about speakeasies are in like Chicago, New
Hot
York.
Springs.
Is there a well documented one there?
Oh, dude, Hot Springs was a little hotbed of underground casinos, bootlegging,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
speakeasies. Yeah, Hot Springs had it going. There's a place there now, right off the main drag, called the Ohio Club, and they have a lot of historical artifacts, chips, pictures, old Baccarat and craps felt like laying on, like framed up on the wall, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Getting drips. It's better than the alternative. An encounter with some fire ants shed me away from sandals.
Yeah. And
get that.
too, by the way, every time you guys mention ideas for the Moonshine Lore and Legends series, I'm writing them down. And so anything you guys throw out there that, you know is a real thing, I'm writing it down. And I'm really waiting for that first person that contacts me and says, hey, my great uncle was so-and-so and he did this and he got this.
Yeah.
I would really love to do some of those kinds of stories. So if you have a family story about moonshine, I would love it if you let me tell it for you.
I forget, we do have a bunch of people from Ohio in the chat. That's the Ohio Club. Its original owners were, guess what, from Ohio, and put it in down there. Then the bar that is still currently in that place was moved in one piece. They took the whole front of the building off. This thing is so huge. It's like, 20 foot tall and 80 foot long, and they got it here on a big truck somehow in like 2 or 3 pieces, got it in there, got it put together, but it's crazy. It's like one of those old-timey Western full-size,
Nice.
crazy.
The Popcorn Sutton, I will probably do an episode of Popcorn Sutton at some point in time, but honestly, I don't know that I could find any information out there that everybody hadn't already heard. And so that's just why I'm kind of like, that's a back burner one. I'll get to it eventually.
All respect to Popcorn. He gets talked about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of people have covered that stuff, and so we'll do some obscure ones, and then maybe eventually do kind of a bigger one on Popcorn, maybe of like some interesting stuff we find out, or most people don't know, or.
Paul, I'm actually redoing the Whiskey Rebellion. So he's talking about, I did a Whiskey Rebellion episode on the podcast 2.5, 3 years ago. And I'm redoing that for this new series with some new information, some new stuff.
Little Peach says, my great grandmother made peach brandy every year for the holidays. I was thinking of starting the tradition back up. Love me some shine. Also cane wine. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love alcohol traditions.
Yeah.
There are several notable alcohol traditions. Communion.
Yeah. And they go back way further than that too,
Someone give me another one. Keep feeding the beast here.
Traditionally, wassail was
Wassail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't mead very heavy in the Viking traditions?
Oh dear God.
Ceremonial.
Yeah. When they're doing their bloat, they often would take a drink of mead.
Don't mind that. I wonder now, I think we've talked about this before, the Native Americans, they weren't fermenting anything, were they?
It's a good question.
Alcohol was something that they didn't hadn't made, and that's why I think when we brought it over here, they couldn't metabolize it quite right.
That might be true. I don't know.
I think it is. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. It could be.
My instinct tells me that's a false narrative that we've all been taught.
Give me a quick
that
Google
isn't
search
true.
on Native American made alcohols. Traditional Native American alcohol.
Native American fermentation, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think they were distilling, but I think there's some fermentation.
That'd be a
stuff
cool
like
something to make if there was anything that they were. Like, I doubt that they were distilling, right? But
that. The Kennedys, Bill says that would be a good one too. I also want to say, and I'll find out when I do the research on this, but I also want to say that the Kennedy, building their empire on moonshine, I think that might be overplayed a little bit.
hey, Botello, what was the? I think about you all the time, brother. I hope you're doing good. What was the Portuguese word you taught me that meant like goat? It's like a very slanderous word in Portuguese. I was trying to think about that the other day, and I couldn't remember it.
Jackass over on TikTok says meat is native.
Black drink, peyote, ayahuasca. Pre-Columbian Native Americans fermented starchy seeds and roots as well as fruits from both wild and domesticated plants. Among the most common are drinks made from fermented corn, agave, something else. Aboriginal use of alcohol generally took place in shared spiritual experiences that often arose out of the shamanistic tradition and was invented with expectations of improved well-being as opposed to individual enjoyment or entertainment. Interesting. Well, I'd like to make some so that I could be entertained with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do now. We just do entertainment.
Someone,
Ryan James says my still just
Oh,
arrived 20
man.
minutes ago. Hell yeah.
it meant pain in the ass. Kadeshka. I was trying to remember that the other day.
It just means pain in the
I
ass.
thought it meant goat.
It almost looks Slavic, that deshka there.
Kadeshka. Portuguese is an interesting
It
language.
is an interesting language.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has an interesting sound, a very unique sound.
Yeah, we got to make some. I'd like to make some weird off the wall, traditional, like Native American type spirits or
Ayahuasca.
ferments.
I'm down.
Listen, I'm not saying no.
Yeah,
I'm not saying no.
right. I would not.
Unless
I
the
would not
government's
say-
watching, then I am saying no. Staunchly.
Theoretically, I would not say no to an ayahuasca. I'm just saying.
What do we need for that?
I have no clue.
Collector Rick, you got any insights on this type of thing? That a type of run you're familiar with, brother?
Carl Letter just popped into the house. Good to see you.
Carl.
Brian says, in over my head, started some cider this weekend. Learned the difference in bread yeast and brewing yeast. Yeah, there is a difference. It's not a huge difference though. And bread yeast is going to be, well, it's at least going to have the alcohol tolerant, plenty of alcohol tolerance to do a cider, because cider is typically, if I'm not mistaken, under 5% or 5.5%. Don't remember for sure. Oh yeah, we ready?
Should we?
Did you grab that knife? I think we should. Yeah. Probably cover that.
I don't. I looked at this before I brought it over here, and his address isn't on it, so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is Terry in the house?
Terry, are you in here, brother?
Terry Baldwin, are you here? We're popping open the care package, my man.
Shout out to on the packaging, too.
I mentioned Percy Flowers. Yeah, I've got that. It's my list over there that I made for this morning. Percy Flowers. It'll have Percy Flowers on it. Yeah, okay. I still got that one written down.
Just a note that says you guys suck.
Ah,
Just kidding.
not wrong.
Just kidding.
There he is. Terry Baldwin. Handshakes. I'm gonna go get some shot glasses, my man.
Hell yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So,
Ooh.
I don't know who all knows it in the chat, but
Nobody
Terry's one of those
knows
fellas that
but
knows
me.
what he's doing.
Terry is apparently pretty good with it.
All right.
All right. First, we will wait. Hold on. What's
I want to see
the?
what's all here. So, we got oatmeal whiskey, 132 proof.
Nice.
We got a bourbon-ish, 102 proof.
Rum, 140 proof.
Rum, 140. All
So
right.
I think we start with that bourbon.
Bourbon-ish. Yeah.
Work our way
Probably-
up to
so-
the higher proof.
Okay. Terry, tell us why it says bourbon-ish. Which part of the, the technical bourbon rules?
Probably the first time white oak charred barrel. That's the one that gets most people.
Yeah.
Is there a length of time on that as well?
No. There is no minimum age. Now, there are subcategories of bourbons that require a number of years. But to be called a bourbon, it doesn't have to have a number of years on it.
He said sugar was added.
Sugar was added.
Okay.
Which,
Ooh.
also, like, I'm not sure. I know a lot of people say, because it says all grain on it, but there is a debate out there about corn sugar. And I'm of the opinion if you use corn sugar, that's the same as, like,
What are we fighting over here?
what are we fighting over? Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Okay, so it is
Howdy, Parker.
bourbon-ish. Come on in. How can we help you?
What's the on a podcast?
Oh, yeah, we go live every Thursday night. We're all right, though. Let me give you a hand.
What do we got here? What do we got?
Got a handshake today, meaning some folks sent us goodies to try on live. Yeah, let me show you what we got. The only we've got.
Ooh, get a load
Smells
of
really good.
get a load of that char on the back of that. Got a lot of floral flavor to it too, which is not typical of bourbon-ish things.
That's interesting.
Really good.
What is that? Very
Super
good.
floral.
Yeah.
Got a nice char flavor on the back too. Sweet.
Yeah.
Man, it's almost like there's some rose or something in there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Terry, tell me more about the bourbon-ish.
And so we promote his stills, we promote their stills. This is North Georgia Steel Company. You can go to their website and pick one up at both of these companies have lots of different sizes, lots of different shapes. And
I gotta know more about this mash bill. This is so different than 98% of the bourbons that we try.
Yeah.
the two main variables.
Yeah, no, it's nothing like bourbons I've had.
Still Works in Brewing is correct. We are home distillers. We can do what the hell we want. I added the hell part in there for emphasis, but
Yep. Jar.
How you make your cuts.
Jesus.
Justin became the #9 fan in the fan club.
Thanks for the gifts over on TikTok. Terry, brother, I hope I didn't miss your comment. You got to tell me more about this this bourbon here. Randy over at Stillworks and Brewing has entered the chat. Steve, you can. I'm not going to give any kind of advice on that sort of a thing, but to each his own, and yes, you could. You can distill anything.
Seems
really.
like you could make something very interesting there.
You can distill literally anything that you can get shoved in your still or liquefy and put in your still, you can distill.
Anything that can be extracted.
Literally anything. I mean, there's some things that people distill with that they aren't making the alcohol from, so they're not relying on a starch conversion or anything, but they're adding it to their thumper, they're adding it to their pot to get some kind of desired flavor or, in that case, side effect. So, yeah. It's like an endless... It's like going to Sonic.
Yeah.
You start mixing all those combinations of things up.
I'll say this about Sonic. Over the last year or so, they've started adding sweet cream to things.
I've seen that.
Making it dirty.
Yeah, I've seen that. What's that about?
It's good, is what it's
Okay.
about. You should do it.
I bet it is good.
It is.
I've seen it. I don't know why, because Reagan asks me every time we pull in there or something. She's like, "You want to try that?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
You
know?
should do it.
Okay, I will next time.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've been going for the. I think they put what they call cold foam on it, but it's a lemonade with that stuff on top of it. It's crazy.
They switched their fries up. Do you notice that?
The groovy fries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I actually like them better.
That's what I said. I got some pushback. You would have thought that I was
I think that was the right choice. for them.
blaspheming the Pope when I said
Well,
that.
They're not known for their fries. Now they are.
It's kind of true, really.
I mean, it's-
they were never known for their fries.
Never once.
Tots, though.
Yeah, tots are still
Tots
what they
were
are.
exceptional.
Terry did mention what went into it, and I've got it pinned.
Oh, okay. Here we go. 8.5 pound of ground dent corn, 2 pound of white wheat, 2 pound of distiller's malt, 1 pound quick oats, 8 pounds pure cane sugar, 50-50 bread and daddy. Interesting on the yeast. Man, how did you infuse with anything, Terry, when you were making this run? I mean, it's just got such a that first off, let me just say, outstanding.
What's up, Raptor Ranch?
12 weeks on a heavy toast oak spiral. Absolutely outstanding. I'd be super proud of this. That is. Can't get another one of these. This is how you can tell if I'm gonna let Windsong try the rest of that. This is. This is I would. Hold on. Let me try this one more time before I say what I'm about to say. I would go so far as to say this is a top 5 handshake that I've ever tried. This is.
I missed the definition of handshake.
Handshakes in terms of moonshining is just someone sending you some of their stuff and then you sending them some of your stuff.
Okay.
Typically. Or
Okay.
it can be a one-way.
I kind of intuited that, but that's good to
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy. I hope the other ones are.
It's really good. I like this.
No infusions. I don't know how you. I'll be honest with you, brother. I don't know how you did that, man. That's really good. Keep. Don't change anything. It's really hard. You don't normally get that amount of like floral, fruity, sweet, nutty.
There's a lot going on there.
You know, really, what this reminds me of a lot. It's very close to like Pappy.
Yeah.
Pappy is that way, where it kind of hits you on the nose, and it's got the spice, it's got the floral notes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got the wood.
Yeah, it's almost like there's just a little, a few milliliters of rum in it. It's kind of what it makes me think of. It kind of feels like
Yeah.
there's just a little bit of rum.
Spice is awesome on it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's really good. Yes, ma'am. Windsong, always. All right. Let's see here. What have I missed? What's Mud Grips doing? What's he gonna do to make us proud? The shit show. Go have fun, Bubba.
What is the shit show? Is that a show?
Yeah, the shit show is. The people change on it, but it's. I've seen Philbilly, Tom Crumb, Biggie's, Bad Santa, or Santa Shine, Horshine. There's just a bunch of moonshine. It's a Facebook moonshiner show.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. All good dudes.
I'm doing this research thing on lion's mane mushrooms, and we're using mason jars. And apparently, it's a pretty well-established thing to use mason jars with mycology, all kinds of this. So they have all of these different attachments for mason jars. And so one thing that we're going to be using are self-healing ports, like in the top of like a medicine bottle.
Say it one more time.
Self-healing ports.
Don't know that.
They're like the rubber tops that you can stick with a needle and then pull the needle
Oh,
out.
yeah.
That. So the mason jar lid is going to have self-healing ports on it and then a filter on one side.
Snag us a few of those.
Yeah, I'm going to get some.
Okay,
I'm going to bring some over.
Great.
We're going to look at them.
Yeah.
Because it blew me away we were just going to be using mason jars.
That's nuts.
So we were talking about all the different flasks we were going to need and all this, but they're like, why don't we just get mason jars? Okay.
Maybe why Teach is turned around.
Yeah.
Get that backpack a little active.
Right in the pocket. Right in the pocket.
You're coming home with me.
Yeah.
Tyler Shehorn says, okay, guys, my still only has a thermometer in the lower pot. It is at 200 and nothing. Should I hold at 200 or drop temp? You're getting close, brother. I don't know what kind of still you're running. I don't know if you have a thumper. I don't know if you're running a column. That information would be helpful. But if you're 200 in your pot, you're close. Share what kind of still you've got.
As a blast, we do this every Thursday night, and people come up here all the time just to talk and ask questions.
No, Paul, we got them cleared up. Thankfully, there's still a few here and there, but I think we got them all. Nuked them. Paul. Nah, I don't know if he wants to. You done screwing around?
Yeah, I'm done.
This is really good. By the way, sorry we
No
bailed
worries.
into it.
All right, what did I miss? Anything exciting besides you?
Good bourbon.
Hosting without me.
Good bourbon.
Yeah.
That's a top 5 handshake for me. I don't want to sway your opinion or anything. You smell that? You getting that nose? Getting that little bit of floral, that rose?
Rose, that's what that
You
is.
see what I mean? But there's none in it.
It's very good.
They attribute it to the bread yeast. 50% bread yeast, 50% daddy. Right?
Yeah, that's really good. And that's 102?
That's, yeah, 102.
Yeah. Yeah, very smooth for 102.
I think that's
really good. Is that a cinnamon too? Am I catching on that?
Dude, there's...
That's really good. So, Terry, what was your aging process for this? Or
12
oaking
weeks,
or
oak
whatever?
spirals.
Oak spirals for 12 weeks.
I already memorized everything. You can ask me any other questions you want as well.
Yeah, that's really good.
8.5 pound of yellow dent corn, 2 pound of white corn, 2 pound of white wheat, sorry.
8.5.
8.5, 2 pounds of white wheat,
Oh.
a pound of something.
Malted barley?
No,
No. Rye?
no. Distiller's malt.
Malted barley.
2
Pound-
pounds.
pound-
2 pounds distiller's malt. 1 pound quick oats. 8 pounds cane sugar.
Cane sugar. Cane sugar was the
So
sugar.
no wheat.
No, there's 2 pounds
2
of white.
pounds of white wheat.
2 pounds
2
of white
pounds of wheat
yeah.
also.
Fantastic mash bill. That probably
Good
needs to
job.
be featured on something. To be honest, that's
good
pretty
job.
good. Really good.
This would be an excellent candidate for
The mash.
the mash recipe.
It's got my
the
vote.
Mash recipe. This would be an excellent candidate for that.
Terry, would you be okay with us putting that in the mash, the newsletter this coming month? That is excellent. Other people need to try it.
Terry says the big difference was a higher pH start of 5.9. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why I said Terry knows what he's doing because he worries about all that kind of stuff.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't ever do it. I never do that side. It's kind of like how Jed, when he comes in with beer, he knows all of that shit.
It's how we talk about the 20 different little things
Yeah.
that each one on their own may be negligible or not even noticeable.
Yeah.
But when you combine all of them and do all of them, it's like the end product
Yeah,
is.
It's like the difference between a silver bullet or 100 golden BBs.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, that's
Terry,
not mine. I stole that.
Terry says, yeah, do it on the mash.
All right, for
Cool.
real, Terry. Neil is the one in charge of that. So next time you're chatting with Neil, if you want to just mention that, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so Tyler, to circle back to your earlier question, I see you're running a thumper. So on a 10-gallon with a thumper, even when your pot's at 200, if you don't preheat whatever you put into your thumper, or you don't preheat your thumper with a hot plate as some people do, it's going to take you a little bit longer. So the fact that you're at 200 with your pot and you're not running it is fine. It's normal. I don't know if you have a way to look and see how much volume you have in your thumper at this point, but I do know that on your 10-gallon still, if you brought it up real slow, and you were basically running liquid into your thumper before it was brought up to temp, that's the only thing that I would check on there, but you're probably fine.
Yeah, I don't. I hate pulling rank. I really do. I don't normally do it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm taking this home, so.
Okay, all right. Conveniently enough, I already said, Windsong's got to try this. I'm going to send this.
Oh, okay.
So how do you
Cool,
feel
cool,
now?
He did say that.
How do you feel now?
Maybe I feel like a dick.
How do you feel now?
I feel a bit
Huh?
like a dick at the moment.
I even said it over there on your side. Sometimes it's your own people, okay?
Didn't even have to waste that rank pool, man.
Yeah. What the heck?
Oh, God. All right, oatmeal whiskey, 132 proof.
132. We'll have to remember.
This jar's 156. Go ahead, sorry.
We'll have to remember that Terry asked about his rum. He said fig or raisins, question mark. So I guess he's maybe wondering what we're picking up out of the rum. So that was just
Will you pin that? Where? Okay,
it's
there it is.
pinned down
Sorry?
there, yeah.
Sorry? The rum, I said fig or raisins.
Terry says, I have detailed mash, ferment, and distilling notes on all my products. Yeah, the best distillers do. That's why I don't really claim to be one of the best.
Most of your stuff's videoed, so if you really were like, what did I do here? It's probably videoed somewhere.
That's probably true.
Oh. Prior to tasting it, I would say fig, because it's...
This isn't the rum, is it? Or is it?
No, this is the oatmeal whiskey.
Oh, this is oatmeal whiskey. I was about to be like, I didn't get that, like, sugary sweet.
Brian asked the coffee filter tops, why? May I ask? So, Brian, what we do is
It's hotter than shit.
We collect all the run in fractions like this. We cover it with the coffee filter, let it set overnight. That allows some of the more volatile alcohols to evaporate off. Then we do our blending after that, the tasting and the blending. God, there's something very recognizable there, and I can't grab it.
Smelled like
Is it oats?
It smelled like wine to me.
It's not oat. Like oat is not what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
This is warm.
Yeah, it's 132.
It is
warm.
132 proof.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Yeah, very different in the mouth than on the nose.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what that reminds me of, and a lot of people are going to think this might be a negative, but for me it's not, because I have this alfalfa kind of memory when I drink it.
Like grassy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for me that's not a bad thing. Some people hate that.
It's subtle.
I kind of get that.
Yeah, Brian, you're right. It does bite back.
For sure.
I really like it, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not taking this whole shot just because it's 132 proof,
Yeah.
and I don't want to get completely wiped out.
You got rum to drink still.
Yeah, so but that one's very good too, Terry. I like it.
Set that
Terry
over
says
here.
honey.
All right, last one.
I need another shot glass. Would you grab me another shot glass?
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Nice thinking.
This we're 140 here, boys. So. It's got a nice spice smell to it. What's that smell remind you of?
Man, I was trying to pull fig or raisin from that, but I can't do it from the smell.
I think I would say fig.
I was going to say fig too.
I think I would say fig.
Peppery. Do you get a peppery kind of thing to it?
The sweetness on this, like, kind of the way that it really just coats your tongue. It's almost like you know how when you bite into like a fig Newton or like some kind of fig pie or fig jam or something like that, it's got that, like, not gritty, but I mean just like kind of fatty coating that goes all over your mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I get from this. I don't know if that could be raisins or figs, but I would say figs.
Yeah.
And how would you rank the three? Ones you like the most?
Bourbon, absolutely my favorite, followed by this rum, followed by the oatmeal whiskey.
I would go bourbon, oatmeal, rum.
Bourbon, oatmeal, rum.
Yeah.
I take your rank on that.
Bourbon, rum, oatmeal.
Yep.
Yeah, it is break time, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Well, Terry, what was
sounds
this?
good.
100% figs. Figs.
Big.
That makes me feel good about it. Let me kill this bad boy, and then we will. Here we go. Woo! That's 140, all right.
It is indeed.
All right, well, it is the top of the hour, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a quick little commercial break, give you guys an opportunity to get a better in-depth look at the old 20-gallon from Copper Still Co. Take this time, hey.
The video when we pulled it out of the box, back when it was really shiny, we've kind of dirtied it up.
We're running that thing.
Yeah.
We're using our tools. So take this time, take a load off, refill that beverage, check your jars, and we will be right back.
Look at what we got.
Large boxes.
Came in the mail.
Dude,
Yeah.
who are they from?
Copper Still Co.
Yeah.
hand-cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last. I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still. Give it a go. You can't go wrong. The copper's still cold.
Thanks to Copper Still Co. doing a little promotion with us this month. Why don't we open these up and see what's inside?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's do it.
I mean, these stills are absolutely beautiful, one.
Yeah.
And two, kind of the design of them is pretty interesting to me in terms of, you know, how big, fat, squatty this pot is and how it runs over. This worm is just, I don't think the camera's going to do it justice. This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thick copper, too, on these.
Yeah, 20 ounce copper or 22 gauge copper. I'm not sure if I'm saying that part right. But yeah, very nice and thick and sturdy. Got these ribs for the strength, of course. And very impressed with how well it was packed.
Yeah, the packaging on these is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm shedding on it. Comes with all the tri-clamps that you need. Tri-clamp, inch and a half tri-clamp fittings from the line arm into the thumper, out of the thumper into the coil. Got an inch and a half drain port, which is pretty nice. Down here with the valve. I like that.
Got a big cutout up top here in case you want to put a side glass or some sort of infuser.
4-inch fruit port to put things in, clean it out. Got an 8-inch fitting for the cap, so easy to get your hand in a brush and stuff like that down in there to clean out.
Also, I've seen some still builders starting to add these little valves
controls
here on the worm condenser.
Very nice.
It just makes your life so much easier in terms of, you know, adjusting that water, getting it just right, and oh man, it'll save you a lot of heartache. You're not overflowing your worm, and then you're not, you know, not getting enough water in there. You can kind of finely tune those and get it right where you want it.
Also included the quick connect on those.
Yeah, yeah.
So
also another thing I'm noticing here about this worm, I like that the out is a little bit lower.
yeah.
So on a lot of these worm condensers, you'll see still builders, and they kind of put them right up there at the top to where your margin of error is like
Pretty
this.
small.
Well, here I've got, you know, a good solid couple inches here to play with. That's awesome. Yeah, that's it's going to make things a lot easier when it comes to getting these this worm to balance out.
Yeah. Gives you time to see if you've got it adjusted correctly. Because a lot of times we've done this, we didn't have it adjusted correctly, but it seems like we did. Then we walk off and do other things, and then we hear it overflowing later. Yeah,
or
that gives you a lot more time to find out. Got the pressure relief valve and the vacuum relief valve.
Positive and negative up top on the cap. This system is closed. You know, it's got the thumper here, so you would want to be careful to you know, unhook a joint when you got done running here, so that you avoid that negative pressure. But you know, just in case, little safety mechanism there.
And also for those of you that like to pay attention to the temperatures, you got a thermostat in the pot, you got a thermostat in the cap, and you got a thermostat in the thumper. So pretty handy.
This is an interesting little valve here.
Yeah, wide open, halfway open, closed.
Huh. Yeah, you just pull
Got
it.
little locks. Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, well, let's get this thing put together and see how it looks.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so there it is. What a beautiful thing.
Beautiful little setup. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to start running this. This is now the largest still we have here at the shop, 20 gallons.
It is the biggest one we have, yeah.
Yeah.
This cap, too, pretty interesting. It's I like those taller caps he's doing on these.
Right.
And, man, just really well put together still for a pot thumper worm setup. I mean, this thing is real cool, real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're curious about how you could win one of these things, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is go to stillandtheclear.com and make any purchase. Grain kits and ingredient kits are double entries, so you'll get 2 entries. We're doing it a little different this month. It's going to be pretty cool. Every week is a new week, and we are going to draw names, 4 to be exact, every week on the ABV live show, Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Every Thursday, and I hope that you go over to the website at stoneclear.com and get grains, ingredients, whatever it is that you need, and hopefully you end up with one of these 20-gallon copper Stilcos.
Giving one away at the end of the month. There's going to be, like you said, drawing 4 names every week, so there will be 20 names, or
on the distiller's wheel of doom and despair.
yes, the elimination round, last man standing gets the still. It's quite exciting.
Also want to give a big shout out to Adam and Carrie over at Copper Still Co. For sending us this so that we can demo and show it off and film you guys some videos with it, but also for giving another one away for the month of July.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Copper Steel Co. What a great company. Family-owned business.
Good people, yeah.
Excellent customer service. So go check them out. coppersteelco.com.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every steel got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper Still Co.
And we're back. How about that fine Copper Still Co. action? Coming in hot during the intermission.
Beautifulness.
They do make a pretty still. I would contribute Carrie to really making the stills so pretty. She
really
like
shines those things up, don't
she works in polishes like Da Vinci worked in fine oil paintings.
Right.
So talented.
Jason Trzynski with the 5 gifted memberships and another entry into next week's drawing.
Raptor Ranch got an entry via way of Windsong and Iowa Freethinker with the 20 bomb.
Nice. 2 entries there.
A double. Mudgrips is go ahead and get his order number out there in the chat.
Yeah. Let's go.
If you don't root for yourself, nobody will root for you, brother. What do you think? Let's rip.
Let's rip a couple names. Yeah.
Rip a couple names off.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So where's it at?
Distiller's Wheel of Doom and Despair. Is that what we landed on? What did we officially land on?
I think that's.
Did we?
I don't think we ever.
That's
have.
unofficial.
Distiller's
but that's
Wheel of Doom and Despair.
I think so. Yeah.
Welcome to Distiller's Wheel of Doom and Despair.
All right, we doing it?
Rip shot, humbip.
Here we go. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be an 8,000 number or a 1,000 number?
8,910.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. If you got your order number, you already know you're a winner. If you don't, you'll find out here in a moment. What do we think? One more?
Let's do one more.
Take one more off here. The Yays had it earlier too, by the way. We'll be taking 5 off here total, ripping 1 back off. That's going to be your mystery box winner.
We can call that the duct tape spin.
89.48. Less than 10 away there, Mud Grips. So 2 orders
Hell yeah. That's 2 of them on there. We'll find out later who they are.
Who's it gonna be?
Iowa Freethinker says, I haven't got my order yet. You mailed it on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have it here by the weekend.
We mailed it yesterday.
That's what he's saying, yep.
Yeah, you're from California, aren't you, Iowa Freethinker? No, you should have it. I don't know, 2 or 3. I don't know. Sometimes those Midwest, just kind of right north. They'll take the full 3 or 4 days sometimes. But yeah, I would assume you'd have it by Saturday.
Joe says he posted a shirt idea on MeWe. Well, it says and MeWe. I assume you meant on MeWe.
I'm going to pop over there and take a look at it. See if it's worthy to bring up or not.
Hawk Spirit Weaver says, speaking of orders, why was I charged on my last 2 orders, which were clearly labeled? So, Hawk, that's my fault. We used to do free shipping, and I put free shipping on the images of some of the products, and I still haven't fixed that problem. Everything has shipping on the website now. It's been that way for quite some time, and I haven't changed out those images. I apologize for that, but that is the answer. Barry McDonald says the watermelon with chocolate, wheat, and rye turned out so good. Well, that's awesome, man. I ordered medium charred oak sticks. How many sticks per quart? In a quart, I'll do 1 stick. And I also do 1 stick in a half gallon. But sometimes I'll do 2 sticks in a half gallon, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish there. Tyler's run is running. She's running. Hell yeah.
I can only see my chats. Any ideas why? Tyler, you may be on the Homebrew Center YouTube.
You might be the only one there.
If you're on the Homebrew Center YouTube,
Yeah.
that's probably why.
That is why.
If you go to the Still and Clear YouTube page and join from there, you probably see everybody else's.
Frank says free shipping means free while it ships.
I've got 2 in mine. 2 what?
2 oak sticks in a quart. I assume that's what it meant.
Oh, okay.
Could be wrong about that too. I don't always catch everything going on in the chat.
Multi-platform X Fields. Howdy.
Nice to see you in here.
Howdy.
How are you liking the show? Are you enjoying the beautiful 20-gallon copper Stilco still?
Had a few entries already, but in case you're new and you've forgotten, $10, $9.99 super chats are entries to win this bad, beautiful behemoth. Also, 5 gifted memberships. I think the memberships are still working tonight.
Yeah,
They
so
seem
far.
to be.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen them shut off yet. That's neat.
Also, any purchase on the Still in the Clear website, grains and
yeah.
recipe kits are double entries.
course.
Everything else is a single entry. We're giving that bad boy away at the end of the month. Joe says you must not like my shirt idea. Didn't bring it up.
Oh, sorry. What? Oh, Joe. Well, I didn't see it. I was looking for it. I didn't see it anywhere. Did you put it in the chat? That's what happened. I went over there. I saw... Oh, this is you. Okay, you did one for Backwoods. I got you. Is Joe Clemente Backwoods?
No,
Right?
not that I.
Well, that's what threw me off.
No, it's not the Backwoods. It's just another.
Oh, Backwoods.
It's just Backwoods.
Okay.
New members have been masked.
New members
Nice.
smash.
Clinton
with
with
the
the
20
20
bomb. He's definitely trying to break it. RW.
That's 4 entries for
I'm
next
not even
week.
going to say that one.
Ooh, Iowa Free Thinker sent 10.
Oh, man, there's 30. Let's see if they keep
There's
going.
2 more entries from Iowa Free Thinker.
Clinton. Let's see if Iowa Free Thinkers.
That was a bunch of them went through just then.
NFT, we were really enjoying ourselves before you got here. That's what you missed. Okay, I think they're officially broken now.
Tyler says, so FYI, you were right. I put some heat onto my thumper, and it started running pretty quick afterwards. Yep.
Yeah, those thumpers can be misleading, really, in how long they take and how much lag time they attribute to your startup time. They just can really kind of draw that out.
Citystead Brewing has some good brandy videos. Man, I didn't even know they did distilling over there. That's pretty awesome. Or am I thinking of the right channel?
It appears I have broken it. Yeah, didn't see any Iowas go out, so let's not do any more gifted memberships for tonight. In lieu of those, you can do the $9.99 Super Chat if you're wanting to claim an entry. I believe they are broken and thus will be refunded to you if you send them out. Doo-doo. So you're familiar with the, shout out to Clinton for getting the Copper Stillco link.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
There in the chat. Y'all go check them out. Great people. Really good folks. City Steady Brewing. You're familiar with them?
Citystead Brewing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, they do beers, meads, wines.
Okay.
But maybe I'm just thinking of the wrong one.
I'm just getting here. What's the still giveaway? Frank, it's the 20-gallon Copper Stillco behind us.
20-gallon beautiful beast there made by Copper Stillco. We're giving it away at the end of the month. We're taking entries every week. We've already drawn 2 names tonight. We're going to draw 3 more at the end of the month. All those names go on to the, what's it called again?
Distiller's Wheel of Doom and Despair. Is that what you're referencing?
Yes. The Distiller's Wheel of Doom and Despair, where we spin the wheel and eliminate names until there's one name left, and that will be the winner.
Tyler Shehorn got an entry with the $10 Super Chat.
Nice. Thank you. That's an entry for next week.
Jackass, just finished my run on a little 5-gallon stainless. Got a gallon. Wow, what a high yield.
Nice.
Great job.
Carl Letter says, love my Copper Stillco.
Absolutely. Carl's also, some of you guys already know, Carl was the winner of the 8-gallon Mile High Dual Purpose Pro.
Yep. Got 2 very nice stills.
Got him a column still and got him a Copper Stillco. He's got a very similar distilling setup to what we have here in the shop.
Yeah.
2 of the same stills. Well, I don't know what your Copper Stillco is, but we've got 2 of them as of right now. Jar. What do you mean? Oh, wow. It's full.
Scott says Whiskey Vault had some good content today on how WW2 and Korean War helped change the bonded laws and how all that came about. That would probably be pretty interesting.
Bonded and barreled. Frank, if you make the wheel, have Zach root for you, then you're guaranteed not to win. He's just really holding on to that.
Yeah.
I have not run the Mile High yet. Soon. Carl, when you, I don't know if you're saving your heads and your tails, but if you're not, start saving your heads and your tails from your previous runs, collect them all up, proof them down to like 80 proof, and then run them on that Mile High. Get you a neutral spirit that you can proof down and post flavor with.
Mm-hmm. Excellent use.
That's one of
that
my favorite ways to run that Mile High, to be honest with you. You can tell we're not running it this month because we've got 8 gallons of feints saved up back there.
Which I was thinking about that too, and maybe we just do a feints run on the keg steel with the 3-inch copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason says, I promise if my name goes on, Zach won't root for me. Have you ever used glycerin to add mouth fuel to your product?
I think maybe
feel.
feel.
I think, yeah.
I haven't. I've heard a lot of people do it. A lot of people say it smooths out a whiskey or a distilled spirit.
Yeah.
And then I've heard a lot of people say that's cheating.
Glycerin.
You know.
Glycerine. Bush.
Bush. Speaking of Bush.
Jar number 15 came out at 147.
Frank asked, how do I get my name in? You can do a couple of things. You can send a $9.99 super chat here on YouTube. You're already on one of the YouTubes. Or you can go to stillintheclear.com and make any purchase. That's going to get you a single entry. Grain kits and ingredient kits are going to get you double entries. Clinton House just thrown in the rules there. If you missed anything.
And all entries that are happening right now, those are for next week. We've already tallied all the numbers for the last 7 days. We're doing drawings every Thursday night, and so all the entries reset every Thursday.
Carl asks, my brother gave me some wine that went bad. Would that Mile High work well for that?
Yeah.
Carl,
I would.
Yeah, I mean, definitely worth a shot, right? It would depend on how the wine went bad. If it's as simple as it got an infection that didn't start consuming the alcohol content of that ferment, run it. If you have reason to believe that maybe the alcohol content, for whatever reason, it either never made alcohol or it made alcohol that was metabolized by some sort of infection, maybe don't run it, but probably just run it, you know?
I would run it because with that, if nothing else, with that Mile High, you can turn it neutral, and then whatever problem has happened.
If it's got alcohol in it.
Yeah, and then Windsong brings up a point too. It'll make a good cleaning run if nothing else.
True. Yeah, if you haven't done your cleaning run on your column setup yet, that would actually be maybe an ideal first run. Something that's like not that big a deal if it doesn't work out and you don't get any alcohol out of it, or clean your still.
Jason says all entries other than mine are void. Jason, when we talked on the phone earlier today, I said don't mention that in the live. I don't know why you've brought that up now.
Specifically use those words.
That deal is off now. Sorry.
Post-infused watermelon in some shine, but it's starting to get a cucumber taste. Post-infused water. So, Jason, with watermelon, it is very precocious. It's very hard to bring through. Watermelon is one of those that...
Well, he's talking about post-infused, so it's after distillation.
Well, yeah, if you're just dropping chunks of watermelon down in your shine...
Did you put the rind in there?
I wonder if the rind...
Windsong does a watermelon, a post-flavored watermelon that is unbelievable, and we've had that, if I'm not mistaken, we had some of that sat for 6-8 months. I don't remember it turning cucumbery, so I'm not sure that it was the watermelon, but who knows?
Yeah. No rind, all fruit. Was it pretty ripe? I mean, maybe if you had some of those green parts in there and it hung out long enough. But also, I don't know, man. Watermelon's just it's just not... Watermelon is often compared to like strawberry and other things that just don't... Yeah, just don't... It's... When I first started making strawberry wine, the reason I first started making strawberry wine is because all the old men that I was making wine with that were telling me, just typical Zach, right? They're like, there's a couple things that just they're not going to make good wine because they're really hard to bring the flavor through. And one of them they were saying was strawberry. Strawberry is really hard flavor to bring through. And it was kind of like I'll show you guys. And so I started making it. And I finally got it figured out, but watermelon I know is one of those because there's a guy that's been screwing with it for winemaking, trying to really get a bunch of watermelon flavor in there. Has the hardest time with it.
Brian James says, can I ask as a newbie, what is a cleaning run? So a cleaning run is, well, this is how we teach people about cleaning runs, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. When you get a new still, there's all kinds of gunk, typically from manufacturers.
Solder.
So there's like solder slag and stuff like that.
Solder slag. Should be a name of a band.
It is a band, yeah.
Who do you play with? Solder Slag?
Oh, yeah, I know them.
So first
Metal.
we tell people to do what's called a vinegar run. That's you take half water, half vinegar. You put it in your still. You run it until your still is steaming. So you're not running any water through your condenser or through your worm. You want steam to go all the way through your still. You steam it for 30 minutes.
Did you write those order numbers down?
No.
And then
I thought you did.
and then you
I always do. It's not. This is not your fault. This is my fault. Does anyone remember?
we can go back and watch we
Yeah.
can rewatch it, the show.
You finish your thought, Si. Sorry.
And then the final step to a cleaning run is what we call a sacrificial run, and that's when you're running any type of alcohol through your still. And then whatever you run, you don't drink it. That's just, you use that for degreasing car parts or whatever you want to do with it. But, and those two runs together prep your still for an actual run. So when we say cleaning run, that's what we mean.
Hey, Windsong, if you're in here, is there any way that you could?
Clinton's taking care of it.
Oh, okay, thanks, Clinton. Sir Dig Dug with the $9.99 super chat.
Nice.
Thank you, brother. Well worth the entertainment and wisdom, but a chance for a fancy still is just frosting on this alcoholic cupcake.
Ooh.
Could have said it
Well
better myself.
said.
In that,
I
in
love
it.
that.
Well said. Yeah, so that's an entry also. Now, these folks are really trying to get their entries in. It's awesome.
I love it.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. Man, what a real screw up on my part. I was just like, cool numbers. Another one. Not writing them
Do
down.
it again.
Well, I've still got 8948, but I don't have the first one.
I know 8948, but I couldn't remember the other one because I remember it was 9 off from Mudgrip's order, which was 8957. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
So
yeah.
it's 89.48.
Yeah. 8948 was number 2, and then Clinton's going back to find the first one.
I'll write the next ones down.
Good.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Roll that wheel. Let's rip another one off there while he's looking for the other one.
One more number. Let's do it. Let's
more.
rip one more number right now.
Okay.
Jackass says, where y'all based at? We are in Fort Smith, Arkansas, my friend. So do you do a cleaning run before every run? No. You do it, here's when we do it, on a new still or after a modification of a still. So you've done some soldering or something like that. So those are the two times I do it. And if you run your still
Connor, you can.
once per year, you might want to do a cleaning run if it has, sat out in a garage somewhere for a year or something like that. These steels around here, they get used all the time, so they don't ever get cleaning runs done. Well, that's not true. On the copper, I clean the steel. It's not the same as a cleaning run. But yeah, you only have to do it once, basically.
Got him. Thank you, Clinton. I'll save you time, Zach. 8948 is me. Is it really, Joe? No fooling?
Is she pulling your leg?
No fooling.
All right, you guys ready for another run?
Rip them. Who's the next big winner? Give me a 1,000 number. I got those right here.
Come on, 8961. Oh, Brian.
8962.
Dude.
Damn, that hurts. One more.
That's like Wheel of Fortune when you hit the bankrupt right next to the 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's rip one more off there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
One more. Then we'll have one final
Sure.
contestant left.
And you're writing these down?
Yep. It's warranted. I deserve it.
Cyrus, when you do a cleaning run, are you using vinegar and water? Yeah, for a new steel, vinegar water is the first run that I do. Now, to just clean a copper steel, like the Copper Steel Co. 15-gallon traditional, we used it and used it and used it, and it started to get a little crusty. So I just cleaned it with Star Sand, and worked great. In fact, I made a video of it. I completely submerged it in a 50-gallon drum that had 50 gallons of, Star Sand mixture in it.
It was a cool vid.
The Deadwood's in here. Hello.
Deadwood.
Glad you made it.
Isn't there a show called Deadwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good show. I liked it.
Is that the one where they're bank robbers?
I haven't ever seen it.
It's a.
What am I thinking of?
It's about an old west gold town, and
Oh, I love it already.
kind of a criminal runs the town. He's kind of the bully of the town, and it's got.
That was a common theme back in the day, it seems like.
Yeah. It's Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane. That's where I get that cocksucker. It's
Yeah.
Calamity Jane. It's like every other word out of her mouth was you cocksucker.
Hell yeah. I'll have to go check that out.
That's a good show. I like
Will
it.
Star Sand brighten copper? Jason, it will. Now, caveat, temporarily. Okay?
Yeah.
Star sanding a still and making it shiny as soon as you pull it out of the Star Sand solution, yeah, it's going to stay like that for a couple weeks until you heat it back up again, and then it'll just kind of go back flat. Star Sand's not a polish. I'll say that.
No.
Yeah.
It's not what it does.
It's not going to make it a polishy, shiny
It will-
finish that's going to last,
It will
but it
clean
will
and
temporarily
sanitize,
really shine
your
up your
still.
still.
You use like Barkeeper's Friend or something on the outside, or
PBW, Star Sand, honestly, sometimes just
That's,
a rag.
commonly used on like copper appliances as Barkeeper's.
Oh, okay. Never used that before.
Like Comet. It comes in that deal like Comet, right?
Like a little shaker.
Maybe it is a
is it a
shaker.
cream?
I think it's a cream.
Wow.
I've seen it
I
as
think
a
maybe
cream.
they do both.
Yeah, they easily could.
Scrubbing bubbles.
Sure, yeah.
They clean the bowl so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach, for the information. You're so full of knowledge. Iowa free thinker anytime, brother. What a nice thing.
Yeah.
You said there. Wonderful. Ketchup will work better to brighten up copper.
Yeah.
The acid in it, you think?
Yes,
I've seen that in Coke.
Ketchup, tomato paste is another one.
We should do one of those.
It's acetic acid, I think.
We should just wait until one of the bigger pot stills gets really bad.
Yes.
And then just do patchwork on it with all kinds of different stuff and label them with tape.
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
Like,
I love it.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It may end up
that,
looking
man.
like a patched up, like, I don't know, but at the end of the day, you could probably just dunk it in Star Sand and
Jason,
bring
it
the whole
seems
thing
that
back to one color.
it seems that acid is your friend for brightening up copper, at least on the exterior. I don't want to speak to anything on the inside of the still, but I know.
Nancy Reagan, say no to drugs. Acid is bad.
Dare to do more drugs.
Oh, Copper Stillco, what's up, brother? Copper Stillco in the chat.
Go in the house. There it is. There it is, brother. We running it.
Look at it.
Love the still, my
Can you
man.
see it? What a beautiful beast. That's that
So,
Still's Pappy. You
Everybody
guys go.
in the chat. This is Copper Stillco in the chat. He is the person giving away one of these stills at the end of the month. So thank you, my brother.
Collector Rick said catsup, and he typed it out phonetically like that. Mm-hmm. Get him out. Hate that.
Cats.
People say that.
I know they
People
do.
say it in real life. They say catsup,
They do.
and it pisses me off.
I think it was the
As opposed
original.
to what?
Ketchup.
I think it
Okay,
was.
have you looked at all the ketchup bottles on the shelf in the store?
Dude, if you're about to logically explain to me that it's catsup and not ketchup,
I think-
Some
I'm
of them
pissed.
say ketchup.
I think
Yes,
the
yes.
the early days, Zach, it was called catsup. Before
And
it
I
was
think
ketchup.
it's ketchup, not ketchup.
Oh,
But,
ketchup.
It actually was called ketchup before. Get Google on that.
Which came first?
Self-inflict some emotional pain there. He's like, nah.
Nah, man, I'm over it. I couldn't be convinced, dude.
Okay.
I'm like your very one-sided political ant at Thanksgiving. Like nothing you say right now
Right.
could change anything that I
Right.
believe, dude. It's ketchup and ketchup only.
This is that moment my dad always talks to me about. Don't argue with an idiot. Is that this moment?
All right. I would say this. My mind's made up. I wouldn't come off it.
No. And it doesn't bother me one way or the other. So
Catsup. I don't know why.
Terry Clark in the house.
Here we go. Just some salt in the wound, I think, probably.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. I don't care about the lineage of the word itself because there are so many words that we use today that are just, the
always gets
1500s
jacked
didn't
up.
exist or they were completely different.
Oh, you don't care that catsup was first?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Could care less.
What was all this about?
Yeah, I thought that was the deal.
Why did
bad.
no? I'm saying why are they? I mean, if it's as simple as some people say catsup because 1500 years ago that's what they called it, fine, whatever. But that's what no one calls it now. That's all
true.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Jason says ketchup belongs in the fridge. I said it.
Oh.
That is a
I put
debate.
ketchup in a fridge.
So what are you?
That is a debate people
What?
go through.
So what are you, a communist?
Ketchup
Uh-oh.
originated
Uh-oh.
not in the West, but in Southeast Asia, and did not start with tomatoes.
Are you?
So now we're talking about a completely different substance.
Are you one of those TikTok people?
That's not a. That now we're talking about some sort of Chinese marinara or some shit.
Yeah, actually.
This is not. I'm over this.
All right.
I don't like this deep dive.
All right.
Mud Grips and Moonshine says catsup and mouse turds.
Double Barrel Daryl, thanks for the gift over on TikTok, brother. Yeah, dude, that really bums me out about. I'll be honest with you. I've never really cared for ketchup.
It's
Ketchup's
not.
my least favorite condiment.
As
I
a
take
kid, I
mustard and
liked
mayo
it.
over ketchup all day.
Same.
every day.
Yeah. As a kid, I really liked ketchup, but I've grown out of it. I just don't care about it anymore.
I would go
Thanks, Clinton.
mayo, mustard in no particular
Thanks, Trickster.
order. Don't know if you would consider it in the same lineage. Ranch,
Yeah.
and then everything else.
I consider ranch a derivative of mayo, personally.
I think that's
Yeah.
because it is.
I could buy
I
that.
think it actually is.
I could buy that.
No, but those three are very important to me.
Yeah.
I'll put
Yeah,
ranch,
everything else is just
put ranch on anything.
bobbly-goo. If it's around, like a nice aioli.
Speaking of fermented fish sauce with the Southeast Asians over there,
Yeah.
what do we think about Worcestershire sauce? And speaking
Like it.
of yeah, same. Speaking of Worcestershire, where's the Duke?
I don't use it as much. Where is the Duke? Is he lurking?
I love Worcestershire. Cook a burger in that.
Yeah.
My gosh.
I'll tell you a little trick I do with my grilled steaks.
Yeah.
I take butter, put Worcestershire on it, soften it, mix it all up, and it doesn't mix well.
Yeah.
But as soon as the steak comes off, I put a dollop on the plate. And
Yeah.
as soon as the steak comes off the grill, it goes on that dollop. I put another one on top of it. Let that set 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I'm a big fan of the. I've started cooking steaks differently than how it doesn't matter backstrap, ribeye, whatever. But I've started getting them in a pan, all metal pan that I can throw in the oven. Second important part of the cooking process. Get a really nice sear. I don't reverse sear them right, so I don't
Yeah.
start them in the oven.
Yeah.
I feel like you just lose too much moisture content. So I sear them real tight, all sides. Butter basin while the side's down. Butter basin. Throw a little rosemary in there, a little garlic. Butter basin. Oven 375. Shove them in there. I'm looking. I'm watching. Bringing them out at a nice medium rare.
Yeah. Sounds great.
You do it all wrong. I'm
I did
just saying.
some. I did some. I did some backstrap the other day. That way. That was. If I could walk into a restaurant and get that any day of the week, I would. Despite having some in my freezer, I would still go do it.
Yeah.
Just when I don't feel like.
Mud Grips talks about blue cheese. I want to make
like blue cheese.
I want to make a comment on blue cheese.
Blue cheese over ranch all day. You're a Yankee.
So
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it is what it is. You're a
I
Yankee.
always hated blue cheese until I don't know. I was in my mid-20s or something, and then I had some one day at some place. I think it was Ed Walker's, Ed
Sure.
Walker's
got it.
Roquefort dressing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is incredible. I'm going to start eating this. And now I sample it everywhere. And I really put it on par with ranch. I hate to say that.
I'm a big fan of blue cheese on steak, especially.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
It's
there's
crazy.
applications for it. I like feta cheese on a hamburger every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yep.
sue me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But
good.
blue cheese on wings is that pisses me off.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm a big ranch guy when it comes to wings.
Yeah.
Which I don't eat anymore really because in a public setting when you've got a beard,
It's
there's some things you can eat and there's some things you can't.
It's not true either.
You could look like a serial killer over there. Just don't
I look
attack
however
me.
I look. You can look at me or look away. It doesn't matter.
I got my both ends of my mustache are inside my mouth covered in wing sauce.
I usually have mustache hairs in my beard.
Stuff all in this.
Yes.
My wife's like, put your face down. Like she was like, eat like she just wanted me to eat like this so no one could see me.
Yeah.
Like a little gremlin.
I just had a big sloppy burger the other day, and it was the corners were in my
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had sauce
No,
all
dude.
over my
For what?
for what?
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
And I had a place to be after that. Like,
No, dude, go wash your face in the bathroom. Yeah, go wash your face in a public restroom.
yeah.
Winsong has some strong feelings about blue cheese. Looks like she says blue cheese is nauseating.
Dang.
One song. I'm not gonna say it's nauseating, but ain't no damn Yankee.
I think I saw too somewhere up there. Brian said he works Sturgis every year. He's going to have to start asking people when they ask for a ranch or cheese where they're from.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting non-scientific poll.
Yeah. Why don't you do a study for us there?
Yeah. I'll tell you what's really good. And I think, didn't you say you've had, goddamn, Oklahoma City, right there by the highway.
Oh, yeah.
Charbroil. God dang it. Why can't I
Johnny's.
remember? Johnny's.
Johnny's a sick.
The
dude.
Johnny's Charbroil cheddar burger with blue cheese on it, dude.
Oh, I bet it's fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing.
I don't. I go stereotypical. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, you need to go through a Johnny's Charbroiler. It is different than any
Fantastic.
burger you've ever had. They charbroil the burgers, obviously, it's in the name, and then they pull them out, put them on a nice toasted bun, shredded cheese on them. Piles of shredded cheese. So
Yeah.
good.
It's not a baby burger either. It's a big burger. So
No, it's a big
thick.
boy burger.
Yeah. What do you? It's almost time for another break. You want to spin the other?
Yeah. Let's get that
Spin the
last
other
name.
names off?
Spin the. Oh yeah. We got
How many names
one
we got
more.
left?
We got one more to come off.
One more. All right.
One more name. Here we go.
All right. Let's get that one off of there.
I love goat cheese.
Fly on jar 5. Yeah, there are flies and gnats in the house. Nothing we can do about it. We've been fighting them and fighting them and fighting them.
We're distilling in the jungles.
We
over
have
here.
fought them back. We have gained ground.
Yeah.
But they're still not gone.
Yeah, they're a proud people.
89.51. Oh, was that?
No.
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 No 1000 series numbers.
No
this week.
1000s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
wild. That is wild.
There were a bunch on there.
I could pick one at random off this. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, guys, we're getting close to the top of the hour here. I got to go run to the back, get on the computer, and find out who our lucky finalists are for the 20-gallon copper still co.
Or a surprise bag.
Or I will say this: we'll make sure the mystery box is really pretty cool. We hope that if you end up winning the mystery box, that you maybe take a little video of it, tag us in that on TikTok or YouTube. If not, no big deal. But we'll make sure that the mystery package is really pretty cool. So that said, we've got our 5 lucky contestants here. We are gonna throw them on a wheel and see who's gonna win the old mystery prize there.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
So that said, we are going to be back here shortly. Take this opportunity, watch the video that shows off the still that we're running all month this month, the old Copper Still Co.
You gotta watch that video.
And maybe, I don't know, get a beer, grab a beer. We're grown adults. We're making our own
Yeah,
decisions here.
that's right.
Have a beverage. We'll be right back.
Look at what we got.
Large boxes.
Came in the mail.
Dude,
Yeah.
where are they from?
Copper Steel Co.
Yeah.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last. I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel. Ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still. Give it a go. You can't go wrong. The Copper Steel Co.
Thanks to Copper Steel Co. doing a little promotion with us this month. Why don't we open these up and see what's inside?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's do it.
Well, Adam's done it again. I mean, these stills are absolutely beautiful, one.
Yeah.
And two, kind of the design of them is pretty interesting to me in terms of, how big, fat, squatty this pot is and how it runs over. This worm is just, I don't think the camera's going to do it justice. This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thick copper, too, on these.
Yeah, 20 ounce copper or 22 gauge copper. I'm not sure if I'm saying that part right. But yeah, very nice and thick and sturdy. Got these ribs for the strength, of course. And very impressed with how well it was packed.
Yeah, the packaging on these is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm shedding on it. Comes with all the tri-clamps that you need. Tri-clamp, inch and a half tri-clamp fittings from the line arm into the thumper, out of the thumper into the coil. Got an inch and a half drain port, which is pretty nice. Down here with the valve. I like that.
Got a big cutout up top here in case you want to put a side glass or some sort of infuser.
4-inch fruit port to put things in, clean it out. Got an 8-inch fitting for the cap, so easy to get your hand in a brush and stuff like that down in there to clean out.
Also, I've seen some still builders starting to add these little
Valve
valves
controls
here on the worm condenser.
Very nice.
It just makes your life so much easier in terms of adjusting that water, getting it just right, and oh man, it'll save you a lot of heartache. You're not overflowing your worm, and then you're not not getting enough water in there. You can kind of finely tune those and get it right where you want it.
Also included the quick connect on those.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Also, another thing I'm noticing here about this worm, I like that the out is a little bit lower.
yeah,
So on a lot of these worm condensers, you'll see still builders, and they kind of put them right up there at the top to where your margin of error is like
Pretty
this.
small.
Well, here I've got a good solid couple inches here to play with. That's awesome. Yeah, that's it's going to make things a lot easier when it comes to getting these this worm to balance out.
yeah. Gives you time to see if you've got it adjusted correctly. Because a lot of times we've done this. We didn't have it adjusted correctly, but it seems like we did. Then we walk off and do other things, and then we hear it overflowing later. Yeah,
or
that
sucking
gives you a
air.
lot more time to find out. Got the pressure relief valve and the vacuum relief valve.
Positive and negative up top on the cap. This system is closed. It's got the thumper here, so you would want to be careful to unhook a joint when you got done running here, so that you avoid that negative pressure. But just in case, little safety mechanism there.
And also for those of you that like to pay attention to the temperatures, you got a thermostat in the pot, you got a thermostat in the cap, and you got a thermostat in the thumper. So pretty handy.
This is a little. This is an interesting little valve here.
Yeah, wide open, halfway open, closed.
Huh. Yeah, you just pull
Got
it.
little locks. Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, well, let's get this thing put together and see how it looks.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so there it is. What a beautiful thing.
Beautiful little setup. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to start running this. This is now the largest still we have here at the shop, 20 gallons.
It is the biggest one we have, yeah.
Yeah.
This cap, too, pretty interesting. So, you know, I like those taller caps he's doing on these.
Right.
And, man, just really well put together still for a pot thumper worm setup. I mean, this thing is real cool, real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're curious about how you could win one of these things, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is go to stillandtheclear.com and make any purchase. Grain kits and ingredient kits are double entries, so you'll get 2 entries. We're doing it a little different this month. It's going to be pretty cool. Every week is a new week, and we are going to draw names, 4 to be exact, every week on the ABV live show, Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Thursday. And I hope that you go over to the website at stoneclear.com and get grains, ingredients, whatever it is that you need, and hopefully you end up with one of these 20-gallon copper Stilcos.
Giving one away at the end of the month. There's going to be, like you said, drawing 4 names every week. So there will be 20 names. Or
on the distiller's wheel of doom and despair.
Yes, the elimination round, last man standing gets the still. It's quite exciting.
Also want to give a big shout out to Adam and Carrie over at Copper Still Co. For sending us this so that we can demo and show it off and film you guys some videos with it, but also for giving another one away for the month of July.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Copper Steel Co. What a great company, family-owned business.
Good people.
Excellent customer service. So go check them out. CopperSteelCo.com.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper Still Co.
And we're back.
We are back from our little break. I hope you enjoyed the little video of the still that we're giving away this month. That is awesome. Brian James asked, do y'all have X? So I think I do have an X account, but I'm never over there to answer that question. So Lynn Gwendon says, this stream is becoming boring as AF. All sales, no substance. Fuck. No substance. Can you believe that? I mean, this will be $6,000 worth of stills we've given away so far this year. No substance.
How dare you get back to the people?
Holy cow.
Oh, man.
Every question we try to answer.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I mean, it is true. We try and make money. It is a business. This is the motive of the business.
I can't eat your hopes and dreams, Lynn. Okay.
Appreciate the comment though, for real.
Thanks for the feedback.
Maybe we can do better. Maybe we can do better.
You don't deserve the badge beside your name, you saggy shit. No.
Winsong was a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian. I mean, you can tag me, but honestly, I don't even know how half of X works. But
You got a Twitter? You got an X?
I have an X. Yeah.
Oh shit! I have a place.
I don't know if it's under. I don't know if it's under Still in the Clear or.
I need to
Mason.
download
I'm
the
not
app
sure.
and get on there and just creep.
You let this breathe a little bit. That's
Really?
Which one is that?
This is the
rum?
oatmeal.
Was that the last one I gave you, or the one from?
It was the one before
oatmeal?
it. Oatmeal.
Yeah, that'll be oatmeal.
I mean, not even as Bernie now. It's been good. It's been breathing.
Terry's jumping in on the dog pile. Damn, my handshakes don't matter.
They do. They do matter.
They do matter.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Mud Grips. Lynn, what the?
Love the feedback, Booze Bros.
That's awesome, Lynn. Finally a chance to use that emoji.
Oh, this jar is pretty full. I think we're gonna run one more off here before we wrap up tonight.
Yeah, Dale Cox. Man, glad you found us. We're glad you're in here. Yeah, we do this every Thursday night. We make runs. We do have a few jars. We got 16 pints off of this run so far. We're down into the tails now.
Yes, we are.
And so we'll be running one more jar off. We're usually here for 2.5, 3 hours every Thursday night. We have a good time.
Do a lot of sales talk.
We just sell stuff. That's all we do. Just no substance, just sales. That's all we do. Lynn, I'm sorry. I just have to. You probably never lived that one down. I'm sorry.
We got a KitchenAid mixer coming up that would look great in your home or apartment.
But wait, there's more.
If you order now,
It slaps. It chops. JJB with a 5 gifted. Thank you, brother. I'm pretty sure they're broken for tonight. We broke them again. Boop, boop, boop.
Love it though. That is going to be an entry into next week's drawing to get your name in the kitty for this bad boy right here. 20-gallon copper distiller set from Copper Steel Co. Damn, I forgot what that was. I got to reproof it.
Also, I would like to address, why does everyone think I've been drinking at the same pace as everyone else, and I can drink a healtty amount. Also a bigger boy. I really feel like we haven't been too wild tonight.
You think maybe they just try to get under your skin a
Y'all
little bit
picking
with
at me?
I think they're picking
You
at
hacking
you, Bub.
on me?
I think they're
We
picking
just
on
hacking
you.
on him.
I'll treat y'all like a chimp and start mashing.
That's right.
Now I remember. Jar number 17 comes off at 137.
137. Yeah, I mean, this is really a pretty casual night. I mean, there are I don't want to lie to our audience. I mean, there are some nights when I get hammered.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the shows, and when I'm really feeling them and having a good time, sometimes I slug a few extra back.
Just let it go.
Okay.
Just do it.
I'm a red-blooded American male, okay? Sorry. Thought this was America.
Right. The people are asking to see the names.
To see the names?
Yeah, on the wheel of death and
Oh,
despair.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
do
you got that ready?
Misfortune. Yeah, it's right.
Throw it up there.
Okay.
Look
Why
at
is
here, look
everybody
at here.
always picking on me?
I could be wrong about a couple of those, but I really only know from the show the beautiful, the wonderful, the talented Miss Jo Parks.
Yeah.
But Mark T, Jamie D,
Mark T sounds familiar.
Elijah W, and Bill C, if you're in here, congratulations.
You're in the running.
Neil, yeah, we're all joshing around, joking around.
Dale Cox asks, what did the heads read? So jar number 1 came out at 158, 2, 161, 163, 167, and 166. Those are probably all heads.
The jar 6 through 12.
Win song.
Where that's at.
Love it. There's an entry right there.
158
For you,
through
Lynn.
165. Yeah, there were we probably got 2 gallons of keepable liquor that's probably going to proof out somewhere between 152 and 158, somewhere in there. Would probably be pretty close.
Yeah.
So by the time we proof that down to like 125, 2 1/4-ish gallons to do as we please with. We're gonna age it or whatever.
Yeah.
Neil David, thank you for the super chat, brother.
Super chat. Thank you, brother. That's another entry for next week.
Entry.
Hell yeah.
Let's pull that wheel up one more time. Let's look at that.
Sure.
Let's study. Let's do some studying on this thing.
All right.
I don't think we're gonna rip her off just quite yet.
Joe could have her name on the
Twice.
She could be on there twice. Now that's a big deal.
Or she could win a pretty
That's a
bitchin'
major
consolation
deal.
prize.
Yeah, either way.
Joe, what do you want? Shot at the still or really cool mystery box curated by myself and Cyrus?
Jason is asking, can you run that setup without the thumper? I think he designed that so you can. Let me look. Yeah. So this portion right here can be removed, and then you remove the thumper. This slides right over, and it all lines up. So if you don't want to run the thumper, you can.
One word, she said, still.
Still.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
I'm rooting for you,
Keep your
Joe.
box. I want the steel. I don't blame her at all.
That's
I'm
right.
rooting for you, Joe. I believe in you. Dude, I want some whites in my beard.
You want what?
I want some white in my beard.
Yeah, just wait. It'll happen.
They're coming.
It's just
I'm
time.
sure it'll
All
be
it
there.
is time.
I want to have a little pepper.
Be a little bit distinguished.
Yeah.
Make it easier to fool people.
Be
with.
wiser.
I've got them growing in under here, just sparingly, under the sides.
They're in there. They're just kind of.
I started getting my first grays in high school.
Really?
Yeah, on my head.
I've got some
Really?
grays.
Yeah.
I've got some grays. They're. My wife picks them out.
Oh, she doesn't like them, huh?
She doesn't hate them. She just like, oh, you got a gray. You want me to get it? I'm like, yeah, get it. Because you're supposed to, more are supposed to come back in. I think that's a wives' tale too.
What?
You get rid of a gray hair, like more come back.
Oh, really?
That's what they say.
I don't know if that's a real
I
thing or
don't know
not.
if that's
I don't
true or not.
I don't know. I didn't do a lot of hair studying
Jason.
in high school.
Jason says, borrow my kids for a week. Your whole beard will turn white.
Zach Claus. Santa Zach. I like Zach Claus better.
Dale asks, so how much would a steel like that when behind you cost?
$2,000.
This is a $2,000 steel. You can go to coppersteelco.com and you can look at this steel. It's a $2,000 steel. Now, he makes all kinds of steels. Steels that are bigger and badder than this one, and steels that are more basic than this one.
Got a good price range.
I think his cheapest steel is like a 3-gallon stovetop steel. I want to say it's like $600-700, something like that.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
All
He
different
also does-
sizes and budget windows.
He'll also do custom stuff. You can call him and describe the exact steel you want. He'll give you a price and build it.
I'm sure for a lot of you guys too that are kind of really budget minded, wanting to get a lot of value out of a still, I almost guarantee you that you could call up most of the major steel manufacturers and be like, hey, you got anything that's a little messed up? That's maybe you know.
A dented and dinged steel.
I know for the Whiskey Still Pro guys, I know that they have some 10-gallon and 5-gallon stills that are a little whatever, something happened in shipping. You don't mind getting a mallet and kind of bending them back out. And
Yeah, that's right.
you know, you can find a pretty good deal on some damaged stuff like that. Shipping, the shipping industry is just very rough on copper stills.
Yeah. Clinton says the Copper Steel Co. Mini for $650, right there.
Scott, dude, appreciate you, brother. You're been coming around for a while. You're always been a good dude to us.
Dale Cox, I need a 100-gallon steel. Yeah. He'll make them. You bet.
You can get one. Zero substance here.
I know. it's
Do we scream? Do we elude substance? Is there ever any part of you that was watching these and you're like, here's some substantive. If you're looking,
their first thought.
Listen, brother.
Look at these substantive
If you're
people.
looking to us to bring that to your life, look, have some reflection time. How did you arrive at this point in your life? Yeah, but we are the king of no substance, and I like that.
Yeah.
That said, there are some pretty interesting tidbits on distilling.
And I think for substance to be there, don't you really just
Historical
you have to
lineage.
care at some point, right? And since we don't,
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Oh,
Well, do
I
you
can
guys
make
want
it
to?
myself, but can't get the copper sheets where I live. Dale, I mean, if I could make a 100-gallon still myself, I think I would drive to where the copper was. I think you would save quite a bit of money.
RK Shaw. Okay, hey, two of those numbers are switched. 8904 and 8951 are switched.
okay.
Okay, that was my fault,
Let me
but
fix
you're
that.
both on there. So you are on the wheel, I take it.
Yeah, I'm fixing it right now.
Elijah W. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you're 8951. You and 8904 got switched on there, and I was just like, oh, they're both on there. Who cares?
Yeah.
I didn't scribble them out and reroute them back down.
That's awesome. So we got 2 people at least in the chat on the wheel. I love that.
Love that.
Love it.
So 8951 and Joe. Okay, Elijah. Okay, all right. I'm with it.
Jason says 100% shenanigans. Jason gets it.
Yeah, dude.
We love shenanigans.
Well, what
was any substance
do you
that
guys say? Let's rip this thing. Let's see who's.
I'm ready.
Let's see who's making it through the final. Who's got a shot at the 20-gallon copper Stilco, and who's gonna get
A sweet box
a
full
neat,
of goodies.
little box full of some cool stuff from around the shop? Maybe some of it not even usable distilling stuff. Maybe just something that I find around here that I'm like, oh, this is cool. There you go.
JJB says my number is R549.
BR
I don't think so.
549. All right, good luck, Joe.
I don't know. So, yeah.
Copper bucket? I mean, that's a little rich for a mystery box.
I'm gonna send it.
All right.
Go.
Stop.
Stop.
Oh,
Man.
Bill C.
Bill C.
Bill C gets a mystery box, but does not get to be on the Moonshiner's wheel of doom and gloom.
Bill? Sorry, brother.
Are you in here, Bill? We're sorry, but are you
Bill?
in here?
Sorry, brother. That said, Joe Parks, another sliver on the final wheel.
2 names on the final wheel. Dude, wouldn't it be wild?
She got a
if-
10% chance.
Yeah, wouldn't
right
it be
now.
wild if she ended up with 5 names on there?
Dude,
That's crazy.
I don't know.
That's the fun of resetting it every week.
More, you can be on there multiple times.
Hawk Spearwater says, "Welcome to the rejected club." How do you get on the wheel, Dale? There's a number of ways to enter. So all the entries that were on the
Autograph.
drawing tonight,
Grab Bush Light can on the way, Bill.
that is from the last 7 days. So if you want to be on the wheel next week, there's a number of ways you can do it. Number one, you can any purchase on the distillandtheclear.com website. So we sell all kinds of stuff from grains to equipment, hydrometers, stills, all kinds of stuff. Any purchase is an entry. If you buy grains or a recipe kit, so we've got wheated bourbon kits, George Washington rye kits, all kinds of different
Beginner
kits.
bourbon, super
We've also
simple.
got your
all
malted
grain
barley,
rye.
your heirloom corn, all of that stuff is on there. All of that is 2 entries. And then you can also do a $9.99 super chat right here, now, in the live, and that's an entry for next week. So those are the different ways. There is another way for members only. They can gift 5 memberships, but if you're not a member, you don't get to do that.
If you do become a member, you also get kind of exclusive early access and additional ways to win. I think we've got some stuff coming up, Session. I'll talk about a little bit more. But a possible entry coming up for members only. So maybe one piece on the wheel is for our YouTube memberships only in this coming month. Maybe they're the 5th member instead of we'll draw the original 4, how we always do. And maybe, so I don't know, we're going to do some funky stuff and talk more about that probably tomorrow morning during the Rise and Shine.
Yeah.
We do those every morning too. It's just fun hanging out, drinking coffee, talking about various things, answering questions.
We have a great time.
Putting polls out. So send Zach $50, get you in. Yep, he's right. Link tree in my bio.
Yeah, $50. That'll do it. A little bribe never hurt anybody, right?
No, we're gonna uphold the standards and transparency and integrity of these here's distillers. Distiller's
Brian.
Wheel of Doom and Despair.
Yeah, Brian says more sales. Is that all this is?
Hey Brian, you live in a big city, buddy. Why don't you drive down to your local bridge, right? Okay, big tall overpass, not even over water. And no, I'm just kidding. We don't want you to harm yourself, though it does seem like from your chats that you're a very unhappy person. And
Brian is making fun.
Oh,
Brian is making fun.
What is this on the screen, Brian? I'm sorry. I thought you were one of the other guy. Sorry, Brian.
Oh, look. When did you get a pet monkey?
Dude, makes me want to beat them up a little less. I'll say that. Seeing these cute little guys running around
right there.
Most of them I think are pretty mischievous and deserve a little whooping, but not that little guy.
That's pretty.
He's the best.
Dude.
He's the best.
I'd love him.
Is that from Clinton? Who did that?
Clinton did that, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude. Love that little guy. I would never harm him, dude.
No.
Never.
Dale just subscribed and put the notice on. That's awesome. Appreciate
Thank you,
it,
Dale.
You're also going to get some nice little Moonshine
Sorry, Brian.
history stories coming up.
I was getting in there a little early, Brian. Sorry, bub. Daniel Stevens says, "I'll give you 100 if I win." All right, dude. Yeah, if you win, like, cool. I'll take 100. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yep. You don't know that, Brian. So, yeah, I'm liking the AI stuff. I think if we can keep that coming on MeWe, I like it a lot. Entry for Dale Cox. Welcome to Still
Nice.
Nuclear.
Awesome.
Welcome in, brother. Well, that said, guys, we're coming towards the end of our run here. We got the last jar about to come off, and I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
If you're a member, we will see you in the morning on the Rise and Shine. If you're not, we'll see you. Well, we could see you Saturday morning. We do another one open.
Yeah. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Grab those memberships and catch us tomorrow morning during the Rise and Shine. Join the MeWe Moonshine for Beginners and hang out with us throughout the whole week. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us during our run, asking questions. Thank you for Terry Baldwin sending some a handshake our way that we could taste and have a little fun with.
Very good stuff.
Not joking around, that bourbon is
pretty good stuff.
Killer.
Absolutely.
But yeah, enjoyed another fun week on the ABV Society Live. I hope you guys tune in next week, and we'll see you soon.
Later.